My name is Chief Lynn Acus. I'm from Zagame First Nations, Treaty 4 territory on the Saskatchewan side of the Treaty 4 territory. I think this forum is very important for learning and exchange, right? And having open dialogue on reconciliation when there's a real need. Like we talk about reconciliation in terms of legislation, our children being stolen, our traditional food sources, losing our traditional food sources, things like that, right? Just we always have this broad conversation about reconciliation, but we never talk about economic reconciliation. For instance, we never talk about the barriers that have been put in place for First Nations communities and people to thrive economically. I could go on and on about some of the historically some of the things that have happened to our people. For instance, when they tried to begin farming, they were really successful, and they were competition for the non-Indigenous farmers. So the non-Indigenous farmers complained to the government, and the government got the Indian agent to ensure that we couldn't access farm implements and things like that, and we couldn't sell our grain in the same way that non-Indigenous people could, right? So there's historically been these barriers, right? And the other thing, that one really important message that came through today is that, when we talk about renewal of a fiscal relationship, that's part of reconciliation. However, it's not about delivering programs and services to First Nations. It's not about expanding the financial transfer arrangements, right? It's not about not just that we need the money, right? We need money for programs and services. It's very important, but we need to also speak beyond programs and service delivery, right? How has Canada's suite of legislation stood in the way of First Nations from becoming self-determining? So those kinds of conversations need to happen, and this forum, I think, is a good step in that direction.